Well, you certainly can't miss the new building on the Mass Pike eastbound, just before exit 13. What used to be the seal test factory for many years is now the home of a brand new facility called Lifetime Fitness. It was a massive project and quite interesting to watch as the manufacturing plant turned into a modern-day resort-style fitness center. Stephen Gum is the general manager, and he's here today with Marissa Barstow, a registered dietitian and trainer. So welcome, and nice to have you here to talk about the new luxurious Lifetime Fitness. It's on Old Connecticut Path. Very visible from the Mass Pike, and it's new here, but are you new to the company, Stephen, or have you been there for a long time?
So Audrey, thanks for having us. I am not new to the company. I've been with the company almost 4 years. Came from our Birmingham, Alabama location.
Oh, okay.
You might notice a little southern twang.
A little southern twang,
right?
Yeah.
But thrilled to be here with my family in the beautiful state of Massachusetts.
Wow,
in the
so
Metrowest
when did you
area.
move to this area?
So I came up in mid-April, and my family joined me once school let out in Alabama in late May, and we currently reside in Holliston.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Well, welcome to Massachusetts.
Thank you.
And I guess the winter's going to really be a test for you this year, huh?
We're excited about it.
Are you?
Everyone's been warning us, but we are excited.
How about you, Marissa? Where are you from?
Yeah, I've been with the company for 2.5 years, almost 3, and I transferred from the Cinco Ranch location in Houston.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, also, but I don't have a southern twang. I'm from Connecticut originally, but I moved down there for the job opportunity and after grad school.
Wow. Well, it's great to see a new company bringing new people to the area, and I must say that you know, it's interesting to even think about and talk about how the location came to be. New people come to the area to work there, but how did the company choose this location? Stephen, was it a big research project or in identifying it? Yeah?
Absolutely. All of our locations are strategically located. We have 122 locations across the United States and Canada. This is the second location in the Boston metro area. Our first location was built this time last year in Westwood, so summer of 2016. And we have 2 more locations coming in the next 14 months, Chestnut Hill as well as Burlington.
Wow.
So this Metro West location was strategically placed. Obviously, there's a lot of business in the area, and then many beautiful neighborhoods and towns. So we've attracted members obviously from Framingham, Natick, Sudbury, Wayland, Holliston, Hopkinton, and really all over the Metro West area.
That's interesting because, you know, from just a layman's point of view, you drive by a place and you think to yourself, you know, how far will people really drive to come to a new facility?
Right.
So how far will people drive?
So typically we range about 12 miles for our typical member, but we have many members that come from a much greater distance. And obviously with the location being right off the Mass Pike, we have folks coming from the west towards town that stop in the mornings for a workout or on their way home in the evenings, and it works out for them as well.
Oh, that's great. And when you say that, you know, the company spent some time, you know, strategically picking the location, what exactly is it that they look for?
Demographics, population, competition. So we take all of those things, you know, into factor to determine where would be the best location for us to build our next facility.
So, you know, a lot of people know that Metro West has been a burgeoning area with a lot of new businesses coming in, some even leaving, but, you know, living in the area, you always like to see new businesses coming in. So I think what you're saying then is that there are a lot of the right metrics here for businesses to be attracted.
Absolutely. A beautiful area, it's thriving, it's growing, and then frankly in the fitness industry it makes a lot of sense to be in a climate such as the Northeast. So I came from our Birmingham, Alabama location, which did very well, and we had a great membership base, but in Birmingham on a typical January day it could be 74 or it could be 30. In Boston, it's going to be pretty cold, which is going to drive people inside, and that's why we have a beautiful 135,000 square foot facility for members to come in and experience pretty much anything and everything to meet their health and fitness needs.
So it really is 135,000 square feet? Because I had read somewhere 123, and I was like, no, I think I heard more.
Yeah, it's 135,000 indoor, and then we've got another 50,000 for our outdoor pool deck, which is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day.
Now, looking around, it's easy to see that there were no expenses spared. So what is the philosophy about the facility and how it's supposed to be, and what kind of resources it's supposed to have for the members?
Sure. So we want to be the Ritz-Carlton of the fitness industry. We want to be the country club without the golf. So we basically want to provide any and everything for the entire family. So our mission is to provide an entertaining, educational, friendly and inviting, functional and innovative experience of uncompromising quality that meets the health and fitness needs of the entire family. So that's our goal, is to meet the needs of the single person that comes in and just wants to do yoga, or the person that comes and lifts weights, or the entire family that needs quality childcare, swim lessons, and activities for the entire family.
Okay. Now, were you actually here when it was being built?
I was here, so I got here in mid-April, and we opened the pre-sale center April 1st, so during the final stages of the construction, during those finishing touches. But typically our buildings from the ground up take about a year to construct.
Yeah, and how about you, Marissa? When did you arrive in town to come on board?
I moved June 20th, and the
Okay.
club opened July 15th.
Okay.
So-
'Cause for people who were able to drive by on a regular basis and watch this whole process of construction, it was amazing, from demolition of the seal test factory up to, just the finishing touches being put on. I'm sure that, you're the general manager, but I'm sure you're not considered to be the construction manager.
Not at all.
So how much involvement did you even have to have in that? Did you have to oversee any of that? Or
Not a whole lot with
you
construction.
You had a whole specialized crew for that?
Correct. So Lifetime, we own our own construction company.
Okay.
So actually the company, the crew, once they finish construction here, they are now down in Nashville, Tennessee, constructing yet another Lifetime Fitness. So it's a well-oiled machine as far as building these buildings to specifications, and then moving on to the next location.
So when you finish something like this and you open the doors, do you have an expectation as to how quickly you want to grow? You said you could accommodate thousands and thousands
Absolutely.
of people. What are you trying to accomplish in terms of bringing people in and the growth level, et cetera? What are you trying to accomplish there?
Right. For us, so obviously we have different expectations and projections of membership, but really for us, what we want to do is just meet the needs of the market. So we want to get the word out. We don't do a lot of advertising. Primarily, folks come to us on a referral basis. So we just want to deliver the best experience possible. So then members like yourselves, you and your husband come in, have a great experience, and then spread the word to others and bring them with you to experience everything that Lifetime has to offer.
Yeah, so my family joined, and we joined when the trailer was still in the parking lot.
Right.
To try something new, and it looked so beautiful. And so we saw a lot of people showing up pre-construction to sign on. Have you found a steady flow? Is it meeting your expectations so far?
It absolutely is. It's been a very steady flow. Obviously, the weekends are pretty busy with folks coming to tour the facility and find out about what we offer. And then really the weekdays have been pretty consistent as well as far as new members coming in. And then really our focus is just meeting the needs of our current members. So ensuring that we have the best in class programming, from group fitness classes and yoga classes to the best trainers on the fitness floor and dietitians, to the best equipment and amenities.
So Marissa, that's where you come in. You're a registered dietitian and trainer.
I am.
And you've been at this for a while.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about what your days are like and what type of work you're hoping to do, the different type of things you're trying to do with the members.
With the members, well, my days are always different, right? So because I'm the club's registered dietitian, but also a certified personal trainer, I could have a couple training sessions a day, and then in addition to that, I'm hosting a grocery store tour, and then I might have a couple of sessions of one-on-one nutrition coaching, which is what I love about my job, because every day gets to be a little bit different. As far as taking care of the members, the Lifetime training team has a method, and our method involves the Core 3 philosophy. So that's how we get our members to their goal, to their healthy way of life goal, and the Core 3 involves know it, nourish it, and move it. Right, so a typical fitness facility will just take care of the move it portion, and Lifetime is different because we are the healthy way of life company. So we take care of Know It, which is figuring out how your body's functioning on the inside, and then Nourish It, which is where I come in, how to fuel your body appropriately, and then the Move It, which is customized workouts for the member to get them to their healthy way of life goal.
So is this something that is above and beyond a standard membership, like something that when people join, you encourage them to come and sign up for additional programming?
There are a couple different avenues for that. So monthly and sometimes 2 times a month, we will host nutrition seminars because I'm not the only nutrition coach on
okay.
staff. Yeah. So we have a whole team of nutrition coaches. So we'll have complimentary seminars for members, and we will have some paid services as well, like one-on-one coaching for nutrition, or one-on-one training, or like the grocery store tour is where I take 10 people to the grocery store. And then each of them, it's a small fee for that as well.
So you take them grocery shopping?
I do, actually.
And what, do you teach them how to read labels?
Yeah.
And,
So
yes?
yeah. So for example, there's going to be one coming up, and they're hosted monthly. And then I'll take 10 people with me to Whole Foods, and I'm going to help them view the grocery store through the eyes of a nutrition professional. Tips and tricks for label reading, healthy alternatives for cooking. They'll get a recipe packet and a grocery list, and we'll treat it like a big question and answer, but from station to station in the grocery store. It's actually tons of fun. Like, it's one of my favorite things that I do.
Yeah, I can see why. And you must get a lot of laughs too. I mean, people must notice things when they're looking at them for the first time or through someone else's eyes. They must notice things they might not have noticed before.
Yeah.
So educational and maybe even somewhat like funny and enjoyable. That's great.
Yeah, I hear the most outrageous things. I mean,
tell us what some of them are. Anything you remember off the top?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's sometimes surprising how little people understand about nutrition. So, I'll pick up an apple and I'll say, is this a carbohydrate, a protein, or a fat? And, I'll get that one brave soul that it's like, it's a protein. And I'm like, no, it's a carbohydrate.
It's a carb, yeah.
Let's get together and talk about that.
Yeah.
Because nutrition is huge for meeting your health and fitness goals. Some people say that it's 80% of the work that you put into getting to wherever you want to be, whether it's performance or weight loss or whatever you need. So, my job is great because I get to educate people, and teach them a little bit about the why behind what they're eating, why they're eating what they're eating, versus somewhere else you might get a trainer who's good at training you, but they're just handing you a diet or a meal plan, that worked for them. And so our job at Lifetime is more about education. It's about teaching people the why.
And now you have 2 locations at the facility where you actually serve food. So what are the philosophies for the foods that you offer and serve there?
Sure. So we have the Life Cafe, which is inside. That's open year-round, all day, every day, 3 meals a day and snacks. We offer protein. So our motto at the Life Cafe is, if it's here, it's healthy. So it really makes a significant impact for our team members and our members who make Lifetime a part of their weekly and hopefully daily routine, because now you have convenient, delicious options. And again, nutrition's such an important part of achieving your health and fitness goals. And then also during the summer, we have a poolside cafe available. And again, everything's healthy. So we do have some hamburgers and hot dogs there, but nitrate-free hot dogs, grass-fed beef burgers, bison burgers. Again, delicious, healthy options for the entire family.
So would you ever have anything there that has like partially hydrogenated oils or food coloring?
No food coloring, no
nitrates,
additives.
no nitrates. So people don't have to worry when they order something there. They know that they're getting something.
And many gluten-free options as well.
Oh, that's great.
Right.
That's great. So the food part of it, it's ironic because people sometimes think, oh, I'm going to work out, so there shouldn't be any food around. But food is an integral part, is what you said. It's part of the Know, Nourish, and Move It, right? It's 1/3 of the whole program.
Of the whole system, yeah, exactly.
So that's very good. It sounds like it's a good opportunity for people to take advantage of other ways to be healthy and think about their health overall, not just in terms of exercise. So what are some of the other programs that are available? It seems like you're offering a lot to the members. What else do you have there?
Sure. So, our kids programming is really a differentiator for us as a company. We do offer something for the entire family. So we have something that we started 3 years ago called Kids Academy. So Lifetime Kids Academy is much more than just your typical child care center in a fitness facility. So from ages 3 months through 3 years, we have up to 2 hours per day that our members can work out and their child can receive child care. And we have programming and different activities that are going on during that time. Now, for our 3-year-olds through 11-year-olds, we actually have a full group fitness schedule that's included in the membership. So we have a full gymnastics studio. We offer karate, arts and crafts, Spanish immersion, sports skills, dance classes, hip hop dance, ballet, Zumba, yoga, and the list goes on.
And is that all included in the kids' membership?
And it's all included. So there's no extra fee.
The parents don't pay extra for any of that. And while the parents are out working out, the kids are doing all these things.
You got it.
Well,
and you're not going all around town for different activities. It's all right there.
And
then
is that 2 hours also?
That's actually 3 hours for our older kids.
Oh, so from ages 3 to 11, it's 3 hours.
3 hours per day, and you can break that up. So for example, I have 3 kids myself. So my wife can bring my son in the morning and put him in the Kids Academy for, let's say, an hour and a half while she works out. Then they can go to the pool, and then if we want to work out later that night together or take a group fitness class together or a yoga class, we can put him back in there for another hour and a half. And he has classes and different things that he's able to take advantage of. So Kids Academy is huge for us because typically the family that's busy and they've been at work all day and their kids have been in school or daycare, they feel guilty about taking their kids to the health club. Even though it's best for them as a parent to get that time to exercise and be healthy. But now what we typically find is that it's the kids getting the parents to come because mom and dad get home from work and they're saying, hey dad, I want to go to Lifetime tonight. I want to take sports skills class or gymnastics, and now they're getting the parents there.
Right.
So it works out really well.
It's not just daycare anymore.
Absolutely.
So they have all those different, and you have an aquatics program?
We do. So we have indoor and outdoor pools. We have water slides outside, which are obviously a huge hit in the summer.
Oh, I think everyone driving by has seen the water slides.
Definitely.
And said, oh.
Strategically placed right there on Old Connecticut Path. So the kids love that, and the adults as well. And then we have indoor and outdoor leisure pools as well as lap pools, and obviously we keep the lap pools a little cooler for those swimmers that really like to get a good workout. And then we offer swim lessons, swim team. So really something year-round for the entire family.
Swim team?
Swim team, correct.
You mean just a team of members?
A team of members, that's correct. So we have a youth swim team, and then we have something called Masters Swim for adults, which they don't have swim meets, but I basically call it swim team for adults without the meets. So it's a time where like-minded folks can get together, typically in the morning, and they swim. We have a coach, so they're working on their strokes and things like that, and they have a great time and get in a good workout.
Now, what about the people who just want to come and relax?
They can do that as well. So we have several lounge areas, and we have Wi-Fi throughout the facility. So today, actually, I was walking up on the 3rd floor by our group fitness studios, saw about 5 members sitting there with their laptops and their phones, just enjoying a smoothie and relaxing. So you can do that. And then we do have a life spa, so we offer massage, hair. We have an esthetician on site. So we do about everything for our members as far as that's concerned as well.
And now getting back to the training also in terms of what you offer, do you offer group training or is it just one-on-one? How does that work?
Oh, there are several programs. So you have group fitness classes, right, which is you could go Zumba or you could do TCX, which is like a cross-conditioning, high-intensity class, or you could do pure barbell strength, which is similar to like body pump. And then on the training side of things, you have one-on-one training with a personal trainer, or you could do small group training. So let's say you have a group of your like-minded friends and they all want to get together and train at the same time, but with a coach. You've got small group training, and then you have large group training, which is a group of members, 10 to 15 people. We have several what we call team programs, and team is really, really fun. There are levels of team, so team weight loss is the first level. And then as members get closer and closer to their goal, they can progress from level to level. And it goes all the way up to boot camp, team boot camp. And then you have team alpha, which is the top. So that's more like Olympic style lifting, very high intensity, but super fun for that really fit individual who's looking to get a good workout 3 days a week. But yeah, there are programs for all levels.
Now, there's a lot going on. Is that why the hours are so long?
4 a.m. until midnight. So again, we want to meet the needs of our members.
4 a.m. to midnight, 7 days a week?
7 days a week, 364 days a year.
What's the one day?
So we close at noon on Christmas Eve and open back up at noon on Christmas Day.
So we have 2 half days off a year.
That's right.
My. So you must have an enormous staff.
We do. We have over 300 employees. Now, many are part-time, but obviously our fitness professionals, our managers, and quite a few other folks in the building, our massage therapist, hairstylist, are full-time.
So have you, what was the recruitment process like for you in getting all those positions filled?
Sure. So we actually started the recruitment process last fall, and started the interviews for our managers. And then once we got our managers on board this spring, they started hiring for the different departments. Thousands and thousands of applicants.
I'm sure.
And we have very high standards for all of our positions, whether it's a frontline team member, a lifeguard. Our operations staff has a huge job keeping the facility beautiful and immaculate and folding towels, to our fitness professionals. So it's a multiple interview process. Can be a bit exhausting for some of the team members, but we just want to ensure that we bring on the right team member for this position. And then once these folks are hired, lots of training, lots of online modules, lots of in-person training. And again, we just want to ensure that we have the best team members to service the needs of our members.
And Lifetime as a company, is there do you find most people stay for a while? Is there a high turnover? What do you expect? I mean, by nature of part-time workers, there may actually be, just because of the nature of that, some turnover. But
Correct.
What do you find in terms of longevity?
Yeah, so our seasonal turnover is pretty typical, but for the industry, there's really no comparison as far as attrition rate of team members. So we do a really nice job of planning careers for folks that have an interest there and that work hard and are talented. And then we do a really nice job for our part-time folks as well. Just being the best place to work, that's actually a priority for us as a company. We want to be the absolute best place to work, whether you're part-time or whether you have a career with us. And we've seen a lot of success in an industry that typically has high turnover.
Now, how do you measure your success at one location within a larger company?
Sure. Yeah, that's great. So we have different metrics and different ratings, and we're very competitive with other locations. But really, it comes down to member satisfaction. So we want to ensure that our members have a great experience. We have different surveys we send out to our members, and we ask for their feedback on a consistent basis. So I actually have an app on my phone, and I receive daily real-time feedback from members. And oftentimes I'll be at home at night, laying in bed, looking at the feedback from the day, and I'll respond and I'll email members back, and they're oftentimes surprised. But for us, if there's an issue in the club, we want to know about it. It's a big place, so I appreciate the feedback. And then a lot of times folks just want to let us know, hey, I love Alexa, took her Zumba class today. It was amazing. The energy in the class was great. The fitness studio was spotless, and they send us that feedback, and I'll send them an email back or give them a call the next day and just let them know, hey, I appreciate the feedback, and if you ever need anything, please let us know.
Now, I noticed at the Lifetime you have squash.
We do.
And Westwood, the first location in Massachusetts, does not have squash.
Correct, does not have squash.
So how come?
So squash is fairly popular in the area, and I would say the majority of our members have not played squash before. But as you've seen in the club, it's located there on the first floor, so everyone walks by. So it's been a lot of fun to watch our members take a complimentary squash lesson and learn how to play. And a lot of folks have been playing. It's included in the membership, so you can reserve a court and get out there with some friends and play. And folks are really enjoying it. And actually, squash is one of the leading weight loss activities out there. So I talk to a lot of folks, and they say, hey, I've belonged to multiple facilities in the past, and I've never reached my goals. And I always ask them, well, what do you like to do? Because if it's fun, you'll do it. it, and it doesn't seem like a chore. For some people, getting on a treadmill is a chore, even though we've got DirecTV on our treadmills, and they're state of the art and they're really nice. Some people, that's not for them. Well, let's find an activity that you're going to enjoy. So if we can get them into squash, something they enjoy, then they're going to be out there every day playing, and then they're going to be losing weight and having a good time doing it. So that's our goal, is to make it entertaining.
Good, good. So the DirecTV on the screens on each of the machines, that must be a draw for people, a motivator for people to get on the machines, right? You mentioned we have that on every piece of equipment, or?
The majority of our equipment does have, so we've got TVs all over the fitness floor, so you can watch sports and news and other things, and then if you want to dial into one of 80 plus channels, then you can just hook your headphones right in, and you've got any channel you'd like right there in front of you. So that makes it nice. It helps pass the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it definitely makes the cardio go by faster.
Yeah, I would think so, just because I think that, when you're not paying attention to exactly what you're doing, obviously the time just seems to sail by a lot, and it makes the whole thing a little bit easier.
Right.
So that's a good thing. So you're open really long hours. You're only closed from Christmas Eve to the Christmas Day around noon. What do you do when you're closed? You're closed from midnight to 4 a.m. That's only 4 hours.
Correct.
What happens inside when you're closed?
So that's time to deep clean. So we, on a regular basis, we actually move the machines out of the way and clean underneath. We clean the floors and deep clean the restrooms and the lockers and the showers and do all those things that we really can't do with members on site. So it's actually a very busy time for us, where we have multiple team members on site, ensuring that we're ready to go the next day.
There's always something going on. Do you?
Always something.
And as the general manager, you must be on 24/7.
Not quite, but I'm there quite a bit just to ensure that everything's running as it should. And in fact, I've got an operations uniform, and I try to get in there at least once a month with the overnight operations team, just to work side by side with them to really get to know those team members and ensure that there's not anything that they need that maybe I wouldn't see otherwise.
Wow. So it sounds like you both enjoy what you do, and it's all new, but you've been with the company for a while, so you must know what to expect, and you must be looking forward to seeing it evolve.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always a time where you're waiting for new members to come in and to take care of them and show them what Lifetime is all about, and that's really the best part.
Well, that's great. You're welcome to check out the brand new, luxurious Lifetime Fitness at 490 Old Connecticut Path in Framingham. The facility is open from 4 a.m. to midnight, 7 days a week. You can see more at lifetimefitness.com.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track.
Oh, hey, she's cute. Nice going, man.
Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The Metrowest YMCA is a cause-driven, charitable organization for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. With one branch in Hopkinton and another on Old Connecticut Path in Framingham, the Y's mission is to provide programs and services that build healthy mind, body, and spirit for all. A nonprofit organization, its rates and services are designed to be within reach for all. And I'm joined today by President and CEO Richard MacPherson and Framingham Branch Executive Director Lisa Mandozzi. Thanks so much for being here today to talk about this vital community organization, the Y in Framingham. It's much more than the Y in Framingham, and I'm hoping that to start off our discussion today, you can give us a little history on the Y and tell us, how long you've been there and how it all came to be. And whomever, Richard, why don't you start?
I would love to start.
Okay.
And it's a pleasure to be here, Audrey. Yeah, our YMCA was established back in 1960. A group of really visionary community leaders recognized the need for summer programs for our kids in the Framingham area, and so they realized the best way to do that was to establish a YMCA. And so our charter was started in 1960, the YMCA was built, and our Y really was founded on summer camping. Shortly after that, Y summer programs grew fast in Framingham, and property in Hopkinton became available by a family named the Hayes family. They ran a camp there for 50 years on over 100 acres of property, and the family couldn't go on any longer and wanted to make sure that it stayed a camp. At the same time that the YMCA was growing up in Framingham, it became available. And so a lot of smart people in the community put their heads together, and the YMCA ended up purchasing or acquiring that piece of property. And the rest is history out there. That camp has just been serving Metro West really for 100 years now, and our Y has been doing it for 50 plus. So that's where it started. But in 1970, that same board of really amazing volunteers said, well, what about adults and families and our seniors? The camp is great, but we need something for our families. And that incredible piece of property at 280 Old Connecticut Path somehow got on their radar, and our volunteers were able to secure that piece of property. And there you have it.
So what's the size of each of those pieces of property, Hopkinton and Framingham?
Hopkinton is 120 acres. Don't hold me to that, because it could be 118 or 121, and I never get it purely straight.
It's
but
close, though. Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's a big, beautiful property that is really, it's mostly in Hopkinton, but it goes right up to Ashland and Holliston. So it's in a beautiful spot right next to the Ashland Reservoir.
Mm-hmm. And the Framingham location?
So that's about 7 acres. Mm-hmm. And it's in a classic spot across from BJ's and Stop and Shop.
It's such an amazing location.
Incredibly convenient,
really
to
convenient.
Neighborhoods and to people that work around the Framingham area.
Yeah. Now, you've been there for 4 years?
I've been the president and CEO for 4 years.
Okay. And Lisa, you have a long history there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've been at the Framingham branch for 27 years. My whole Y career has been at the Framingham branch.
That must be a record. Are you the longest time?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
There's a couple of other people at our Y that have been there a couple of years longer than I have been. But I started as a program participant in a group exercise class where you could bring your infant, and that's how I started, and I got invited to volunteer shortly after that, and one thing led to another, and it's been a wonderful experience. My family has grown up at the Framingham branch.
And you've seen so many changes.
Yes, I have.
And I'm sure there's many more to come as well, because it just seems to keep growing and growing and growing, and the needs change as well. But it's all based on, as you said, camp for kids. So we're just coming off of the camp season. Tell us a little bit about how this camp season that just passed was, and was it different from any others, and how has the camp evolved?
Well, I would say really across the country, the Y is very well known for doing a nice job with summer camp programming, period. And our YMCA is much, much more than summer camp programming, but during the summer, a lot of it's about summer camp. People may not realize this, but we're, on any given day, could have about 1,500 kids in our camps, about 1,000 a day out at the Family Outdoor Center. But at the Outdoor Center, I would say about 35% of those kids are bussed in from Framingham. Bob Halpin was out to visit our camp this summer. We had a kind of an advocacy day that Carolyn Dykema, Representative Dykema, helped us pull together. State Rep Carolyn Dykema.
Our town manager, Bob Halpin. So they came out together and...
So they came out together with some other elected officials and municipal leaders, and they spent the day with us, well, the morning with us, kind of getting a feel for what it was like to be at camp and what was really happening. And it was pretty fun. Bob Halpin actually, got out there on the archery range and took a crack at trying to hit them, and he did actually a pretty nice job. He was pretty good.
Good.
Give him credit,
Maybe
Bob.
the kids needed to teach him a few things, or was
yeah, well, he needed a little help from the kids. But he was a good sport, and we had a lot of fun out there with him.
It sounds like it was a lot of fun. 1,500 kids at the camp at once. That, I don't know if the magnitude of that, anyone realizes the magnitude of that, and how large the program is. That's pretty darn impressive.
It's 1,000 a day at that site, and then in satellite spots like at our Framingham branch and our Clearbrook Family Swim Club, we have the rest of those kids. So there are yellow buses flying all over the place, moving our Y campers around.
Yeah. So what is that camp experience like for these kids? How does their summer go, and what's that experience like for them?
Yeah. So a lot of them are there just for maybe 2 weeks or 4 weeks for a summer camp experience, just to mix it up. And a lot of them are there because they actually need care as their parents are working all day. But kids show up in the morning, they raise the flag, they get off to a great start and sing songs. They break off into the campsite and do all sorts of specialty things, anything from sports to science and nature to music, all sorts of things. Every child has swim lessons, so water safety is a real important piece of what happens for them. There's family nights. I mean, the kids go in there and they spend it's a very active, busy day. They come home tired. Parents love that.
Oh yeah. As long as the kids are worn out, that's a good thing.
Yeah. This summer, a fun thing, I put a little plug in there for Habitat for Humanity. Bonnie Biacci came to us this year and asked if we would help to support their they have this kind of house building project that's coming up, and so we had our CITs, our leaders, get involved in decorating a door that it's called a Door of Hope, and so they learned about the importance of homelessness and the importance of everyone having a safe place to live, and they designed a door with some nice artwork that they'll display at a Habitat project sometime soon. So we're trying to teach values and add a lot more to the program than just the swimming and the physical activity.
Yeah, well, you brought a nice video to show us a little bit about the camp and how the kids feel about it. So we're going to take a look at that video.
Oh, good.
That all the campers are friendly, and I love the specials, and I love all the counselors. I love everything about camp.
I love the Metrowest YMCA day camp so much because I was a camper here, then I was a CIT, and now I'm a counselor, and I love every second of it.
Like this. This is my house. This is my house. I knocked on the door like this, like this. I knocked on the door like this, like this. I opened the windows like this, like this. I opened the windows like this, like this. Smoke goes up the chimney like this, like this. Smoke goes up the chimney like this, like this. This is my house. This is my house. This is my house. I knocked on the door like this, like this. I knocked on the door like this, like this. This is my house. This is my house. Thank you, guys.
It looks like some of these kids really are having the time of their life at camp and experiences that they just wouldn't get anywhere else. And they have so many great things to say about it. But then camp comes to an end. So when camp comes to an end, how do you continue to serve the kids and their families throughout the year?
So we have a program we call YMCA Schools Out. And Schools Out is a program where kids finish their school day at whatever school they're in, and they transition from the care of the school to the care of the YMCA. And so we run these Schools Out programs in 4 Framingham public schools, and we've been doing it for...
Which schools are you in now?
Oh, Hemingway, Barberry, Brophy, and
Potter Road
McCarthy.
and McCarthy.
I got one of those wrong.
Hemingway?
We're at Hemingway, McCarthy, Potter Road, and Barberry. Bam, there's the 4. And so those are our 4 Framingham. We have 2 in Hopkinton, 1 in Ashland, and we're getting ready to open a new site in Natick.
Yeah. Oh, where will that be?
At the East School. It used to be the East School right on Route 9.
Okay, so the kids get bused to,
So-
you actually have these
They
programs
actually
in
just
their schools.
in their school.
They don't have to go anywhere.
Using cafeterias, gyms, program
Why
space.
employees come in and they're on site.
That's right. And so we're doing things with them, and this isn't just about playing with kids after school.
Right.
It's really the school day extends. They get support around the academics that they need, help with their homework. Physical activity is a real important piece. They don't get enough of that during the school day, so
Right.
we make sure they get some of that, at least
yeah.
a half hour every day. In our programs, they get healthy snacks. Our parents love the healthy snack programs that we do with them, really introducing lots of vegetables and healthy choices for them.
Oh, that's great.
So
Good.
that's a big part of what we do. And yeah, so all of those kids from this summer right now are in our Schools Out sites.
And I'm sure that so many families count on you and your programs to help them just manage their lives and enrich their lives. I mean, you've seen how many families come through in 27 years?
Hundreds, thousands, yeah. Lost count.
Yeah, and you must have watched kids grow up and seen them come in just as toddlers.
They're
and,
having kids now.
and they're having kids,
Right.
yeah. So it's a legacy,
Yeah.
with the Y. So what else is happening at the Y this fall? The kids are back in school. You've got the after-school programs. What about the other things that are going on at the Y this fall?
Right, so our programs are underway, programs for kids, families, adults, and seniors. And our facility now is underway with we've got our cardio and our weights. We have a beautiful facility. If people haven't seen it, they should come on down and see what our community is like at our Y. We've got trainers that are there to help people get started if they haven't been at a gym before, and for people who want a trainer to continue getting the support they need, we have great staff. We've got our group exercise programs are back in full swing now that people are coming back from the summer, so we've got drop-in classes like TRX, Zumba, yoga, and more, all the things that you would expect at a gym, but then so much more. We've got our fall membership campaign underway with our new member challenge.
How does that work, the new member challenge?
Well, so that's our 30-day challenge to help people get started and get off to a good start with their getting back on track or starting a healthy lifestyle. And we hope that people will have fun as they get underway and also learn more about our Y and meet people at our Y and become part of our Y community. And that's also something that we're offering to our existing members as well. So those are all the things that we have going on right now at our Y, but we also pay a lot of attention to chronic disease prevention and intervention.
Yeah, you have some very impressive programs there. How many people are enrolled in those programs, and what are you have diabetes prevention, or?
Yeah, that's one of them. Our YMCA diabetes prevention program is so what people may not know is that 1 in 3 people in this country are pre-diabetic, have pre-diabetes. Our YMCA diabetes prevention program is about preventing type 2 diabetes, and that's something that can be prevented with lifestyle change. Our program is an evidence-based program.
What does that mean?
So it means that it's been tested and proven, and it's a standardized program, and it's proven that people who participate in this program can make changes in their lifestyle to prevent type 2 diabetes. And so we've been running this program for a couple of years now at our YMCA, but it's a program that's run nationally by other YMCAs.
Now, is that a program just for members or members of the okay?
Anybody in the community.
Very important to know. Yeah, and you have the Live Strong program as well?
Yeah, Live Strong at the YMCA is offered at no charge to cancer survivors in the community. It's a 12-week program that meets twice a week. It's an exercise program that can help cancer survivors regain the strength and energy that cancer survivors can lose during treatment. And we've been running that program since 2011, and we've had over 400 people go through that program. And they also meet other cancer survivors, and friendships and relationships have been developed over the past, it's over 4 years now that we've been running that program.
And you know, that's just proof that there's such an incredible need, and it's such an amazing service that you're providing. And I hear you say that about the diabetes program, about the Live Strong program. You have a cardiopulmonary program? Or?
We have a great partnership with the Metrowest Medical Center, so we offer cardiopulmonary wellness at our branch, and that's a program that's great for people who are out of phase 2 cardiac rehab, who want to continue to have some support with their exercise program. It's also great for people who have risk factors for heart disease, who want some support in managing their risk factors. So
fantastic.
It's a great partnership we have with Metrowest Medical Center.
And it's so welcoming for people to come in. I mean, you've really taken down so many of the barriers.
We have, and I just want to go back to the point that at the YMCA, we know we can't do a lot of these things by ourselves, and to be working with the Metrowest Medical Center, who has been amazing with this program, has been just wonderful. And again, the why in every community is a little different. We try to come in and where we have capacity, help fill community needs where there's gaps. Metrowest Medical Center came to us because their cardiac rehab program was in danger of actually closing. They just couldn't.
When was that?
That was 3 years ago, Lisa.
It was 2013
and so
we started the program.
Did this partnership kind of keep everything alive and keep it stabilize things?
So there was a relationship, but we didn't have a formal relationship with them. When they came to us and said, let's put our heads together, is there a way we can come up with a different model?
Right.
We did, and came up with, instead of them running an off-site program, them coming on-site. So there's trained exercise physiologists in our facilities doing cardiac pulmonary wellness programming, for 50 or 60 of people at a time in any given week, kind of regaining their strength and their confidence. And they're Y members now, but their program is being offered by the Metrowest Medical Center, and when they gain their strength, they start to ease into the Y community, without their hand held quite so much. And then new people come in, and so this has been wonderful, and it's led to, the hospital coming in, doing community like workshops and speaking, lecture series and things like that. So it's been wonderful.
So where can people find out about all this? All the different ways that they can engage, whether it be through the lecture series or whether it be some of these chronic disease programs. Do they just go to your website and it's all there, or?
They should absolutely come to our website, explore that, find what they need.
MetrowestYMCA.org?
Correct.
Okay. Now, you mentioned earlier in our discussion that you really try to make this affordable for everyone. Tell us a little bit about how you do that. I know you're a nonprofit, so you have a financial assistance program. Let's talk a little bit about the program and how that works and how it's structured.
Right. So we believe that someone's financial situation shouldn't be a barrier to living a healthy lifestyle. So anybody can come in and apply for financial assistance, and then we do our best. We will, based on their income, provide our programs at reduced, and our membership as well, reduced rate. And many of these programs are offered at no charge. It's confidential, so it's between the membership office and that individual who's applying.
Do you ask them to provide some kinds of documentation of their finances, tax returns, anything like that, or how do they qualify?
Tax returns or copies of their most recent pay stubs or is typically what we're asking, and if they need additional help with filling out that application, we're there to help. So,
well, and these programs that you're running, they're not inexpensive. I mean, you need good people, you need the resources to do it. How do you afford to do that for people who need some kind of assistance? How do you keep it going, and how do you help make it affordable?
Yeah, I'll speak to that. So like you said at the opening of our time together today, the Y is a charity. It's a 501c3 charity organization. We run an awful lot of programs for in early education, in schools out, for camps, for membership, lots of programs that require some serious subsidies just to keep them going. So every year we need to raise a certain amount. We need to sustain those programs that the communities really come to depend on.
Right.
So we do that in lots of different ways. And again, the YMCA really is a community resource. It's owned by the community, and the community, we have lots of generous people in our community that each year, make donations. So we start with, I would say, our signature fundraising event is our annual support campaign, where we reach out to our members, our community, community leaders from all over our service area, and ask them if they would join us in support of our campaign. And I will say, our staff at our YMCA is incredible, and we have so close to 100% participation of our staff giving, which it speaks volumes. So the annual campaign is a critical piece, but there are some other things we do as well. Like coming up shortly, the Ashland Sporting Association is, there's a half marathon happening in Ashland, and last year they've made us their charity of choice, and the money they raise in that event is coming to help support YMCA programs. So we're a part of that event in Ashland. That's exciting. Really exciting last year. We were selected by the Boston Athletic Association to become official charity of the Boston Marathon. That's a big deal. They don't make those choices lightly. I mean, you have to be a charity that demonstrates that you're making a real difference in your community to become a part of that. And so we were selected for that, and we had 15 incredible volunteer runners help raise money for us. And those 15 runners last year raised over $100,000 for our Y. Incredible.
And was that a new source of funding?
That was a brand new source of funding for us last year. That helped. That really helps us do a lot more for our community. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our charity auction that's coming up in November. One of our incredible board members, Chris Connolly, he's president of Herb Connolly Acura in town, and he's been a real leader of that auction for us, has done a nice job working with our board and our community to make a real special event for our community. It's a lot of fun, Audrey. I'm hoping you're going to be there this year.
If I'm in town, I know that.
See, here we go.
The last one, I wasn't in town, and I really wanted to go. I love auctions myself.
But it's a fun.
It's really fun.
We have music.
And I hope you'll all be at the auction also.
Yeah, please,
I think
everybody.
it's important for everybody to participate in the YMCA's annual auction in November, because you've heard about these incredible services, and it takes funds from all of us to keep this community organization going. It's a great effort. Tell me a little bit more about what the auction accomplishes for you.
Again, most of the money that the two signature programs that we raise money for at that auction really is our Live Strong program that you've learned a little bit about, but also a program called High Flight, and it's for teens that are really struggling in school. They're at risk. They're young teens usually. It's 13, 14, 15-year-olds. We run that program out of our Family Outdoor Center. Kids are referred from guidance counselors, from different social service agencies. Kids again that are lacking confidence in lots of different ways. They just really need a hand up, and this program takes adventure-based outdoor skills to help teach them that. Excellent. So the kids come in, they're nervous about being outside and working together with other kids, and through teamwork and adventure-based programming, we build them up. And we have a graduation every 10 weeks as the kids finish. And again, the difference I've seen from kids when they start to when they come out the other side is huge.
I think that there's so many excellent programs that you're doing to make an incredibly valuable contribution to so many people in the community and to change their lives. And I want to thank you for sharing that with us today. In this half hour, you've heard Rick MacPherson and Lisa Mandozzi talk about the community focus of the Y and how the unique youth programs and chronic illness programs are so critical. This nonprofit Y has so much to offer way beyond being your neighborhood health and fitness center. Go to MetroWestYMCA.org to see how you can support and participate in the Y. And thanks for tuning in to the Audrey Hall Show, where you'll always learn something new.